What's up, traders? Welcome to another episode of the Day Trading Show. In today's episode, James and I cover a broad area, a broad spectrum of trading related topics, some of which I guarantee you find value in. We share some funny stories. We're catching up since it's been about a week since we filmed. We go over some of James's biggest tips and tricks over the last couple of weeks as far as what he's been doing in his trading that's been working. So sit back, relax, take some notes, get off Facebook, put your phone away, or if you're driving, please just drive safe and focus. I know you guys are going to enjoy this one. So let's just get into it here. Over the last couple of weeks, I know you've been really focused on trend trading. We're now headed into the fourth month of the year in a couple of weeks. So we're already pushing through 2022, and you've been really focused on trading in trend. What was the inspiration for you to do that? Was it looking back at your previous data and saying, I trade in trend really well? Was it just something I said? Like, what was the inspiration for saying no more counter trend, no more swapping trend, perfect trend, or no trade? What was that?
So it was, I looked back on my data. So going into 2022, I looked back on my data on, when on my personal account, on my FX book. And I found that the best months that I had percentage wise, but also when I look back on my journaling, because I journal every single day that I trade.
Yeah.
And the way where I was, following my rules to the T, I was performing my data was the best. I had the best winning rate percentage, the best, like just the most, like in sync with the market in my flow state was when I was trading with those perfect L50s, with the TDI that we use in our trading. And that's just for me. I was like, well, why would I just fight against what the data is telling me?
Right. Give everybody that is listening, because some people are watching. Most people are probably listening on a podcast or listening while they're driving. What's the L50? Give everybody just context for that if they don't know.
So the L50 is built in with the TDI indicator, the Traders Dynamic Index that we use here at ASFX. It basically is a moving average that determines trend. It pulls data from price action and determines where who's in control, the buyers or the sellers. Is it choppy? Is it a good day to be trading in trend, or is it kind of choppy market? And for me, it's when the L50 is in either the buy zone for the whole day on the 50-minute chart, or the sell zone on the whole day on the 50-minute chart, and that's where you got clear trend.
So I'm gonna piece you apart today. People are going to be getting a lot of value out of your perspective today, which is good, because then maybe we'll do another episode where you just question the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why in trend? Let's be more specific there. Why do you think you trade better in trend versus counter trend? And how did you discover that you would be a better in trend trader than a better counter trend trader? You know what I mean?
Sure. I think it just goes with my beliefs. I've always, since I started trading, even before I joined you and ASFX, I've always got, that saying that goes, the trend is your friend. But also like the trades that I get when I trade in trend with our A1s and our D1s, they just are a lot more cleaner than the counter trend trades where they rip for you. That if they work, they're going to work in the first 15 to 20 minutes. Whereas counter trend trades, it's kind of hard to call a top and bottom. And sometimes it can take like an hour or so to play out. Like,
or
if
I'm
not mistaken, a day, like GU last week, Tuesday, we saw, okay, cool. GU was heavily oversold, but it started to make higher lows on the 50-minute chart, breaking the 50 EMA, which is our bias dictator on the 50-minute chart. But it ended up moving higher the next day. But you see, like, it took a day. Whereas if you're trading a D1 or an A1, which is our in-trend moves, they're going to happen. They will happen in the first hour. It will move. It should move for you if it's going to work.
You gave a lot of value in just that little sentence right there, bro. So to pick apart even more the idea of trading in trend, you said the 50 EMA is the bias dictator. So if price action is moving below the 50 EMA, we're in a downtrend. And if price action is above the 50 EMA, we're in an uptrend. But we also use other EMAs, right, to kind of confirm that trend, because sometimes you'll have price just sitting at the 50 EMA and you don't know if it's bullish or bearish. And I think that's why the TDI plays such a big factor in our trading.
100%.
What I would add into this as well, just to give my little 2 cents sprinkled in on here, I think the confluence of EMAs and a volume indicator, which is the TDI, because they gather information from different sources. One is gathering information from volume. EMAs are gathering information from price. If they both line up telling you a trend, that trend now has double confluence versus just looking at EMAs or versus just looking at a TDI. So you get more confidence because of the confluence, you know?
Yep, 100%. And the cool thing I like about how we trade here at ASFX is that we use price action as well on top of it. So it's not like we're only using the indicators like the EMAs and TDI. We're using the price action to confirm
price over everything else. Price is most
lower highs, high lows. We're using that on top of our confluence, or as an added confluence. Yep.
And then if you go back and look at some of our trades, maybe if you go back 6 months ago, go back a year ago, there's going to be losers in there that were going long when price is making lower highs. Price didn't change and start making higher highs yet. But now as we continue to evolve, continue to pay more attention, you start to see how important price action structure is and how you can use the indicators to set you up in a bias, to set you up to look for an entry, but then you really want to use price action. Like think about like the A1. It's a price action entry. It's based on a candle formation on a close of a candle. It's not based on price getting to a level and us getting in at a price because it's a price. We're getting in based on the price that's already happened. So speak on this. Speak on the idea of reacting, not forecasting, because that's like a big theme for us at ASFX. I think that's a big theme that a lot of traders are missing.
Sure. I think what I read on Twitter, I don't know which page it was, but they said that just using support and resistance, because the EMAs are moving support and resistance levels, right? The exponential moving averages. Support and resistance levels are useless. You can't just enter at a support or resistance level. Right. You have to wait for a reaction off that support and resistance level. And that's our candle formations, the A1, and then you get in. So that is basically the reacting, not the forecasting. We're not just buying every time it gets to the 50 EMA, because that could just start tanking. If you're trying to go long, it could just start tanking down. But we using candle formations, price action candle formations off the EMAs that help us get into trades with a clear defined risk point.
So well said. I hope everybody hit the 15-second rewind, everybody, and go listen to that again. That was perfect, bro. Perfect answer. I think think about what causes people to lose money in trading. They end up reacting not enough. They end up forecasting way too much, meaning they think that because price is here, it should go here. They think that because price has reversed and gone overbought, that it should come down. When how many times have we seen something go overbought and still go higher? So I find that if anything, like to pass to a new trader, it is, of course, find a system, of course, back test of blah, blah, blah. But most importantly, don't forecast price action movements. React to closed candles, react to what price is already telling you it's doing. And that will feed you better trades than you guessing, oh, it could do this. Well, yeah, bro, it could. You might be right, but it also could do 7 other things, 10 other things. Yeah. So you have to be reactive, not forecasting. So I think that's a big theme too. And I think 100%. You do that really well, bro. Now, to transition into another part of the trade, another part of the conversation, something else you do really well is you're the snag and bagger, bro. Like you hit the trades and you take the profit very quickly. And I know you challenge yourself to say, hey, what can I do to hold these more? What can I do to get better at this? Not necessarily that I agree with you that you have to be better because you're doing amazing already, but give everybody your take on getting in, taking the full profit and not worrying about trying to get the whole move. How do you sleep at night? Because I have an idea of why I think it's okay. Like you do a really good job at not looking at other traders. You don't worry about social media. You don't worry about other people. You are so focused on your own money and yourself. You're just like, I'm going to take the win. And even if it goes 4R, I'm fine with my win. Even if it goes 10R, I'm fine with my win. You do that so well. Why do you think that is?
I think for me, obviously, there's always going to be a trade-off. So if I'm snagging and bagging, there's going to be a time where a trade I'm getting out at most at 1.5R or 2R, their trade is going to go sometimes 9, 10R, right? So there's a trade-off because I'm missing the bigger, higher time frame move. But the reason why I like the snagging and bagging is because, like one day that 1% could be $100,000, in one trade. And I always feel that I always feel that what I learned at ASFX and I feel that makes me a good trader, and going to propel me to be one of the great traders to do this as a career for many, many years to come, is that I'm good at taking my singles. Like I'm not trying to be over greedy and trying to get that flipping 5R move or whatever. I'm happy with my 2R. I'm good for that. Like 100%. I think that just singles every single day is so much easier to do than trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark every single trade.
So great answer. Do you think that it's a mental thing of like, not just mentally reinforcing you with wins, but do you think it's a mental thing of like, I'm going to trade when I'm done? I'm either up, I'm done, I'm out, whatever it is, I'm done trading for the day. It might keep running. I'm going to do the gym. I'm going to play golf, whatever else you do. Is that what makes it easy? Like the fact that you're just so tunnel vision focused on yourself and you want to be out of the market?
Yep. 100%. Like for me, I also like I like to enjoy my my downtime. When I'm off the desk, I like to be on the golf course. I don't like to be in a trade trying to take profits when I'm on the golf course. So I think, or like, you know, spend time with a man or stuff like that. So I think for me, like I've always, and I don't care, like what I've found like really, really helps me is that I'm in my trade. I manage it how I need to, to the best of my abilities. As I said, there's a trade-off. I need to get better at holding my trades with a stop block, even if it's 10% of my original lot size. That I need to get better at 100%. But I feel that like for me, I can't concentrate and go and enjoy golf if I'm still got a 10% lot size in, because sometimes that 10% lot size could still be a decent amount of money floating around, right?
Right.
So, but I feel that like, yeah, I like to get in and out and take what's offered to me on the table.
Are you looking at the money though?
So no, I am looking at I'm always focused on my percentages. That's always going to be number one. But the thing is, it is tough when you start managing more money, and that percentages of the money get equivalent to your trading account do get bigger. But excuse me. But I always feel that like when I'm on the desk, it's time to concentrate and trade. When it's time to play golf, no managing of trades. Be present in the golf day and enjoy the golf.
That's so good, bro. Like that is so smart. I think a lot of people just want to beat the shit out of the market, bro. Yeah. They want to trade all day, every hour. As soon as it opens on Sunday, they're going at it. You know what I mean? And I think that they end up burning out and making irrational, uneducated decisions because they're forcing themselves to be at the chart so long. Where when you go and you take a break every day and you're out of markets, out of thought, not I'm on the golf course, that actually makes it better the next day. It's more of a reset, 100%. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Rinse and repeat. Like here's another little tip that has worked for me. Yeah. And as like, this is not me coming up with it. It's just, you know, I get it from you, we learn from successful traders, is that when I let's say I take a trade, an A1 candle formation on GU to the downside, for example, just example. Yeah. It goes 1.5 hour. I take I'm out fully now. What I do is actually sometimes is I close my MetaTrader terminals. I close them. I'm done. I'm out the trade. I actually close my my trading view charts, and I just get on the Black Shirt Club Live. I talk shit with you guys, and then I don't even look where price went in the next 3 hours. I'll go play golf. I'll get on the Black Shirt Club Live. I'll go play golf, and then I'll come back that evening to do the markup. Oh, cool, it went 7R. But then at the moment, there's not time to I'm not like, oh shit, it's going more. Let me try and get back in.
Right.
That in the beginning of my trading career, that would happen but if you completely take yourself out of it, it's like you don't even know what's happening on it.
Great point, bro. Great point. But again, it's so hard for people to do that because they want to be in the markets. They think they got to be in the markets because that's where they're going to make the money. And that's the way that they've got to punch really hard to get success. Where you really, bro, like one of the main reasons that I feel like I've always enjoyed working with you is because you embody the do less, do it better, do it bigger. You know what I mean? Like you really do that well. And I think that's why you've been able to show people the compounded returns that you've brought. Yep. And I think that is a motivator to other traders. It should be a motivator to other traders to say, hey, maybe I don't need to take 7 trades a day. Maybe I need to find the best one and find that every day and get bigger and better at that. I really wish everybody would just focus on that. So let me change subjects for a second. Do you think that in 10 years, we'll have more people trading on an active day trading kind of thing? Or do you think there'll be less people?
Oh, definitely more. 100%.
Do you think there will be the same, more or less of a percentage of traders that are actually consistent and making money?
I'd like to think there'll be more.
You think so?
I'd like to think there'll be more. The reason I say that is because I feel that more people are getting into trading. understanding trading,
Yeah.
more people are, what I've seen after becoming a coach is that more people are willing to spend money on coaching and mentorship and willing to take this seriously rather than, just try and make a quick buck overnight. So I'd like to think there would be more, but obviously it all depends on, how the markets also react, because some people could get kicked out in the first 3 months.
The markets are the variable.
Yep.
That's true.
So, yep. But I'd like to think there'll be more. I'm always trying to be optimistic in that. And it would be cool to, see more people that we coach make it full time as
exactly.
well.
I was going to say, I think if there is more people making money, like percentage wise, so let's say like in 10 years, the amount of traders increases 10%, just to pick a number.
Sure.
I would say that the amount of profitable traders will go up, not at the same percentage, but will increase as well. Part of the reason that I think it will increase is because of the amount of quality trading education. If you go back
100%.
6 years ago, because remember I said 10 years, when I started trading 6-7 years ago, you couldn't find really quality education anywhere. And now I'm gonna scratch our own back a little bit here. I think we are one of the companies that are setting the bar for super high quality education,
100%.
not over leveraging, not oversizing, not flashing a Lamborghini. And now you have other people, bro, they're looking at us all the time. I got 100,000 followers on Instagram. They're looking all the time, bro. And when I do something and then they post something that looks like what we do, I know I'm influencing them, and I don't ever get offended by it. And neither should you. We're leading the path, bro. I had a conversation, not to get off in a tangent, but I had a conversation with this guy once who was questioning me about wanting to be, why I'm a coach, why I like coaching and helping other people.
Yeah.
And he is this guy who, I know he will never hear this, so I don't give a fuck. He is like this dude, I won't say his name, but he is a younger guy than me by a year or two. He raised about $1 million for this business idea that he has. He lives in LA. He likes to use the word beta testing all the time. He's very much like a trend. He thinks all of his ideas are phenomenon. You know what a phenomenon is? Like a crazy, random, amazing event. That's how he talks about his ideas, bro. He says that his ideas are phenomenal. The point I'm bringing up here is he said to me when he was grilling me in this networking group, he said to me, he was like, why do you feel it's valuable to not go be a trailblazer with the torch in front of you and you walk forward and light the tunnel? Why do you want to put the torch behind you and make the tunnel brighter for everybody else? And when he asked me that, I was like, how is that even a question? Like, to me, I don't see myself as a trailblazer. I don't see myself as like, I'm not going to go invent the next light bulb. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go invent the next big invention.
Yeah.
But what I can do, my soul tells me, is I can light the torch behind me and I can show other people how to get to a certain point and then want them to go further. You know what I mean? That's, I think, what a good coach wants. Good.
100%. Well, put it this way, if you didn't create ASFX, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd probably be finished my degree working for my dad. That's what as an accountant. That's
exactly,
what I
bro. The impact is still there. I was just very perplexed, confused
about the way he put it.
By the way he put it, of why he felt like everyone should be a trailblazer like him. Like he's starting this new company. It's going to change AI and all this. It's like, you go do that, bro. But I find value in lighting the torch for the people behind me, because then we're uplifting the entire community. We're uplifting the entire, like I just said, in the future, I think there will be more successful traders percentage wise than today. If you took all the traders and put them all in a bucket, the amount of traders that are doing really well is so small. But in the future, if you take the same statistic, the percentage I think will be bigger because of the quality education that people like me and you put out for people behind us. Not that they're beneath us. I don't ever say like they're under us. They're behind us. They're just at a different point in their journey. So there's so much value in sharing and being able to be a good coach that I think it often, for people like that guy, it's like hard to understand because they're trailblazers. So you have to understand, like, in the future, more people will probably be trading well because of people like me, which in that sense, and people like you, which in that sense almost does make us trailblazers. So it was a very weird conversation. And I'm going to tell you, that guy, he's not in our networking group anymore, bro. We kicked his ass out because he was just a fucking weirdo, bro. Like I didn't want him in after that conversation, bro. I did not want to talk to that dude ever again. I'm like, I even said to him in the conversation, I was like, you and me, bro, we don't see business the same way. We don't. I don't go raise.
But he almost seems like as you were saying, like he thinks that everything that comes out of his mouth is like godlike, you know.
God, bro.
And I'm like, bro, he's the next god.
Right, dude. Like, and he raised $1 million. No disrespect, but like $1 million when you talk about raising money for a company is not a lot of money. bro. Some of these companies are raising hundreds of millions of dollars, multiple times, multiple rounds of funding. He's talking to me about he's hot shit for $1 million. I'm like, bro, suck my dick. You don't know you don't know anything about what I'm doing. Why are you trying to tell me I should be more like you? That was the vibe he was giving me. So I was like, forget, there's just people, some people don't get it. But now to me bring this a little full circle, the like, look what I'm doing with this yoga thing, the yoga teacher training, right? So I'm on this path to become a yoga teacher. But when you asked me if I want to teach yoga, you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I think, I was like, not really. But now, because I only got into the yoga teacher training because I'm selfish and I wanted to learn more for myself. But now, as I'm getting more educated in these deep meanings of yoga and the deeper teaching rather than just doing a pose, now I'm like, oh, wait, this is what I like to do. I like to educate the people that are behind me, light the torch for the people behind me. So I know myself, you know what I mean? And that was why me and him never really got along. But I think if you can light the torch for other people behind you, you are uplifting the entire community, no matter what industry it is. You make the base level higher by sharing 100%. Your experience, by sharing your knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And again, like for me, like when I decided to start sharing my journey on Instagram and Twitter and that sort of thing, like, you're going to get a lot of hate. But like, if everyone likes you, if everyone likes you, got a problem. Right. But I mean, what I do enjoy is we get nice messages saying that. So for all the guys or girls that are listening still, we really do appreciate the feedback on the comments 100%. And Instagram messages, Twitter messages. Like, like that's why I do it, to try and, as you say, uplift the guys that when I just started trading, I would have loved to be able to listen to a podcast like this. And that's the reason why we're doing it. You didn't get this. And that's also why I agree with you 100%. And that's why I'd like to think there'll be more successful traders in 5-10 years time, because that 10 years ago, you didn't have guys even showing you how to open up a trading account.
Dude, now look at it. Now everybody and their mom thinks that they're a trader and they're making YouTube videos about it.
So the problem is, it's got its pros and cons, because the other thing is, that the guys that the gurus that do it today put it out like it is so easy, but it's definitely not. If you want to get into trading to make it in 1 year, please just stop and go do an easier career than trading, because trading is the hardest easy career in the world. Once you can do it, you never lose the skill, and you can do, and as long as you keep improving every day, you can do it for the rest of your life. But it takes the first, to get to the consistently profitable is the hard part.
Yep. And I think, like you said, there's a lot of noise out there that distracts people from getting to that point. Everybody's showing you a Lamborghini and showing you all this money that you can make. But like you said, I believe you don't hit your stride as a trader until like year 3 to 5, somewhere in there.
I'd say 5 years.
It's not really what people want to. Yeah, I would say 5 years too, more on the 5. But I'm trying to be conservative to some of the people that are a little bit more aggressive, like, But I think proper education can make that 5 become a 3.
Yeah, 100. For me, it was a year and a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah.
But I would say, like, I feel like now, of course, this is at the moment of filming this is the longest period of time that I've been trading. It's longer than yesterday. You know what I mean? Like every day, it's another day in the journey. So I feel more in control and more confident in my own trading now than ever before. But I think the confidence that I had in the beginning stages of the career is a different kind of confidence that I have now, and it takes, like you said, if you try to come into this in a year and try to make a bunch of money, you probably aren't going to do really well unless you're working with someone that is already deep in it. And even then, it might be difficult for you mentally to handle some of the ups and downs that come. It takes a lot of rides on the roller coaster before you know exactly where each turn is. You know what I'm saying, bro? You've got to go through these years of the loops of the market, different market conditions before you actually, I think, find your place in the market. And if you can make it to 5 years, just like when I was, we talked about our story in other episodes. When I was selling life insurance, remember back before I started trading, they said, if you make it 5 years, you'll crush it forever. If you can get to the 5 year, because it was no salary, it was all commission. So if you can figure out how to sell enough shit and survive for 5 years, you'll probably build a big business. Not many people make it to 5 years in that business, just like in trading. But if you want it bad enough, I think trading is the most rewarding career that there is. Of course, a doctor is going to argue with me and tell me that their career is more rewarding. A lawyer will tell me, but I'm just speaking from my perspective. All those other people, they don't get to do whatever they want every day. Even 100%. If they think they do, they don't. And I do, and you do. Like today, I had a meeting at 8 a.m. I slept till 8 a.m. It just happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nobody's firing me. Nobody's getting on me about it. I get to do whatever I want. Now, I still love coaching, so I still got on the call by 8:15. But that's the point is that I think because it gives you your time, it is the most rewarding career.
100%.
Yeah, it'd be great to save somebody's life, bro. Like when my mom had brain surgery and like that doctor saved her life. That's amazing, bro. Like that's like being God. You know, I don't think I'm God. I'm just a dude trying to make some bread, bro. I'm just trying to get fucking money, bro. Like that's all it is.
I think again, when it comes to trading, you know, you always get the stats like blah, 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 like 10% of traders make it or 90% of traders fail. That's in any career in life.
Yeah.
So when I started my BCom in my class, there was 11 out of the contracted guys at the rugby, the junior contracted guys at the rugby team I was playing for here in Durban, the Sharks. 11 guys started out the BCom financial management degree. Out of the 11 guys, I was the only one that finished. That's less than 10%. It's like that in any career in life. And I always get asked, James, what's the percent of traders that make it? I'm like, dude, why are you asking? It's like that in everything in life. Like how many people that start off trying to be a doctor actually become a doctor? Bro, in university in South Africa, more than half of the class or 40% of the class drop out after first year.
And also, just because you're so right. Beyond that, when people say trading is, you don't hear this as much anymore, but trading is a scam. Trading isn't real, right? You don't hear that as much anymore, I feel like. But when people say that, I'm like, listen, I'll tell you 5 stories about how my family's been scammed by carpenters, contractors, painters, other people. There's scams in everything. There's scams everywhere. You've been fooled.
It's not the thing. It's not the actual
trading
market. Right. It's the people.
It's the humans, bro. The humans make the scams. Right. Yeah. Like, you know, there's a story, you can look it up. It's about the guy that started this. He was selling, I'm pretty sure this is a long time ago, bro, like in the 1800s, maybe even like a long time ago, maybe 1900, I don't know, long time ago. He was the guy who was selling snake oil, the original snake oil salesman. And what he was saying was that this snake venom or this snake oil would cure cancer, would cure everything. And it was a whole load of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Whole load of shit. So like, now you got these snake oil salesmen. That's what people call it, right? When they're selling you something that's fake.
Oh, is that what that's?
That's the saying, yeah. But that's in every business, bro. Every salesperson is a little snake oil. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You're always gonna get a couple of skunks in this world, you know.
Always gonna have a skunk or two, bro, in every industry. So like you said, is the market a scam? Is the price of gold a scam? Well, that's a different conversation. But like, is the price of Euro USD? No, bro. No, that is a quote of a price from a bank. Yeah. Like that's real. Yeah. What are you saying? Is it like the market's fake? No, it's the people. It's the people, you know? So you got to find good people. I think that's like the big thing. 100%. And even after today's conversation, people, you know, listening, hopefully hear the experience that you and I try to share, especially like from your perspective, which is a shorter time than me, like it is replicatable. It is duplicatable if you're following the right people. And if you have the right belief set, if you believe that everything is a scam, if you believe money is the root of all evil, if you believe these things that I call it low vibration, negative thoughts, if you live in that world, you will find the scams, bro. You will attract the scams to you because it's all you think about. But if you go searching for good people, searching for good knowledge, you'll find it. It's there. You just got to put yourself out to go find it with the right approach, with the right perspective.
100%.
Yeah. All right, bro. Good conversation today. I feel like we hit you with some good questions. So maybe next episode you got to grill me up a little bit more, since I grilled you up a little bit. But I hope everybody finds value in it. I think that experience is the biggest teacher. And in these conversations, try to keep it a little bit more casual, some curse words, some funny stories, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I think people find value, is sometimes in sharing a story that makes something, like I say something about yoga that someone else is doing in their fitness thing, and then it ties something together in their trading, and they're like, boom, this is what I should, you know what I mean? So I hope that for everybody listening, our stories and our value is coming across as relatable. And if there's anything you guys want us to cover, we read all the comments. We love all the positive feedback. We love the negative feedback. Tell us what you want us to cover. Give us some questions, give us some topic ideas, and we will make specific episodes built for you guys. That's what we're doing this for. We're not making any money doing this. No sponsors, no nothing. Just talking to you guys. So
you're talking.
Talking. So let us know what you guys need. We're here for you. We're going to keep putting out one episode every week, at least for the rest of this year. I'm holding me and James accountable to go for the next, 9 months, something like that. Finish the year up.
9 months. Yep.
Cool. All right, everybody. James, any other closing thoughts? Or are you feeling good?
Yeah, no, good. I'm keen to get back. So I was visiting my family this weekend. Keen to
Oh
get it
yeah,
back on
yeah,
the
yeah.
desk.
My man missed his fucking flight last week.
Yeah. I
Skunk of
got a
the
bit on
week.
my. Yeah, yeah. That was a bit of a. That was a dodgy one my side.
It's all right, bro. It happens, bro. You're moving around. Hey, at least it's not like, oh man, now I can't afford to go fly back.
Yeah,
Still just got on the
yeah.
next flight and got
I
it
was just.
done.
Yeah, I was a bit late on my entry on that one.
Yeah, and then the next day he gets there 3 hours before. So then he's
Yeah,
early on his entry. He's
I was
at the gate
prepping.
waiting
Yeah, I
for
was
the, get the
prepping.
ticket in his hand.
Yeah.
Can I get on the plane now? I love it, bro. I
Oh,
love it. All right. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate everybody who's listening. If you guys enjoyed the episode, like I said, drop a comment, thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. We appreciate that very much. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.